All right, everyone, come on in to this webinar. My name is Linda Peavy, and I am going to be your host for today, where we are going to talk about what is killing those grant applications. We are getting ready to fix these grant applications. As you come in, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm in Ohio, Ohio. So give that city and that state a shout out as you come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Look at Bidwell, Ohio. I don't know where Bidwell, Ohio is, and I was born and raised in Ohio. Where are you? Look at the ATL coming in here, Atlanta with Erlene and Pauline with Little Rock, Arkansas. Hello, Tanya, Virginia Beach, and Marletta, Michigan. And we've got Monica representing Columbus, our state's capital. Hello, Michelle from Hammond, Indiana, and Marie from Inglewood, California. Mandy's like, Danville, Virginia is up in the house. Hello, Linda. Ooh, I like that name from LA. And Cynthia's from the place where everything is bigger, Texas, Texas. Beth says, down on the river, home of Bob Evans Farm. So, did you guys know that Bob Evans was headquartered right in Ohio? So you're right near Bob Evans Farm. Wow, that you know what? I've never been there. Is it no, Malnaza or Muanza? Which one in DC? Hello, Tanya from Chi-Town. Mandy is up in the house. Yes, 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 yes. Hello, everybody. We're going to get started because I have a lot of information to share with you, and it is good, and you're going to be able to use it because these applications, these grant applications are arriving dead on arrival, DOA. Yes, they are. So I am here to do something about it. Hello, Shakira. Hello, Shakira. With the C, because of urban awareness. Excellent, excellent. Our friends at Urban Awareness, we love urban awareness, right? Hello, everybody. I'm going to get started. And so I'm going to share my screen. And we are going to get at it because I have so much information to share. You'll see, like I don't do fluff. This is like a no fluff zone. People who know me know, one, I'm going to keep it real and I don't do fluff. Hello, Marita from Minneapolis and Jasmine from, is it Korea's Place? Korea's Place in Henderson, North Carolina. Henderson, that sounds familiar. Is that like one of the places that they build a lot of furniture there? Very familiar for some reason. All right, let me share this screen and let's get started. Let's get started. All right, all right, all right. All right, so you all should be able, I'm going to try to minimize this as much as I possibly can to get that out of the way. I'm going to move this over out of the way. Stop killing your grant applications. That's what you're going to do today. You're going to stop killing your grant applications. You're going to give them a fighting chance, and I'm going to show you how, because there's over $200 billion in grants available. We're talking about non-federal money that is available right now, and you need to be getting it. This is non-federal money, over 200 billion would it be? So for all of you who are thinking grants are gone, you're wrong. I'm going to show you why you're wrong. All right. So let's get started. Let's get started. So grants are here, people. So I want to know right now, how many of you have applied for a grant and either you got rejected or you got ghosted, meaning you never heard anything. Like you submitted it, you didn't know if you got it, if you were rejected, you literally got ghosted, or you got that dreadful rejection letter. Oh, look at the hands. Oh, look at the hands. Oh, been rejected. Ooh, been ghosted several times. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Never applied before. I'm going to show you how. Oh, rejected, rejected. So, okay, you know what I'm talking about. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. But we got to get rid of these myths first. And the myth is that grants have disappeared, or funding has been totally eliminated, or oh, grants are just for big organizations, or grants are just for nonprofits, or if you're brand new, you can't get a grant. All wrong, all wrong. Because there's over $200 billion in foundation and private funding that's being awarded every year now, every year. We're talking about non-federal money. All right. So get in this game, but be smart and use strategy, especially those of you who keep getting these rejection letters. I really need for you to lean in. But let me tell you what you need to know right now. All of you, grants did not disappear, but something else did happen. Something else happened. The federal government, right? We know that it shut down a lot of grants. It stopped a lot of grants, right? It rescinded some grants, but grants are still available. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But we need to make sure that your application is making it past the first filter. Your applications aren't even making it past the first filter. Those of you who keep getting these rejection letters, it's not even, some of them, they're not even making it past the first filter. And guess what? It's not the grant. I told you I'm going to keep it real because I need for you to get this grant money, all right? It's not the grant. It is your application. I'm going to say that again. It's not, I know this stings a bit. It's not the grant. It is your application. I've been doing this for 18 years. 18 years. All right. Today I'm going to show you why your application is not even making it past the first round. So we're going to talk about these three mistakes killing your application. And I am so glad. I cannot tell you how happy I am that you decided to show up and do something about this. All right. All right. I am so grateful that you trusted me to hop on because you could have been somewhere else at noon. And there's a lot of scammers out here. There are a lot of people who claim they know what they're talking about. This is year 18 for me. I'm starting with my receipts. You know, you have to show your receipts now. So I'm getting ready to show you my receipts. But first, this is a no fluff zone. I don't do fluff. There will be no gatekeeping today, right? This information I'm going to give to you. And guess what? Not only am I going to give it to you, I want you to share it with somebody else, another nonprofit, another small business. I'm going to give you a link. Could you drop the link in the chat, Melissa? A link to this webinar. Share this link with somebody else so that they can hop on and get this information, right? Because this is needed. There are too many myths out there, too many people thinking that there are no grants or they don't know why their application keeps getting rejected. I'm getting ready to tell you. So I'm going to drop the link literally to register for this webinar. Send it to somebody else. Have them come on, right? There's no gatekeeping today. No gatekeeping. All right. I said I was going to drop my receipts. Here they are. I've won, not written. I have won over $18 million in grants for clients. That's why they call me the grants queen. I've been a professional grant writer and a grant instructor for over 17 years. I founded my LaPav Writing School. I have over 3,000 students in this writing school. They consist of nonprofits and small businesses. All right. I have literally trained over 30,000. That's not an extra zero. Over 30,000 businesses and nonprofits through my webinars. I've given over 600 live webinars. I teach grant writing for Goldman Sachs for their 10,000 Small Businesses program, for the Urban League, for the National Association of Women Business Owners, for Cozy, and many other organizations, ECDI, the library system. I am an alumnus of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program. And my undergrad and graduate degrees, I have an MBA from the University of Akron. Go Zips. If you know, you know. Go Zips. And yes, it is my mission and passion to help you secure this funding so that you can impact the people that you love to serve, whether you have a nonprofit or a small business. All right. Now, I wasn't always called the grants queen. I wasn't always a professional grant writer. I was a professional publisher in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. For those of you who are in Pennsylvania, I lived in Valley Forge, worked for Judson Press, American Baptist Churches. Wonderful job, traveled all over the world. And then I got hurt. And when I got hurt, that was it. I went from traveling the world to putting everything I own into a storage unit in Cleveland, Ohio, and moving in with my sister. I could not work. It took me 2 years to recover. I was seen by like the best hospital to me in the world, the Cleveland Clinic. Took me 2 years. So people, when I tell you I started from ground zero, and I know how it is to start from ground zero, that's where I started. I started from nothing. I had to heal. It took me 2 years to even get better. And guess what? I'm in Cleveland. I'm ready to work. I can't find a job. That's when I started my company, LaPav Consulting. Not because I had some dreams of being an entrepreneur. And if you do, wonderful. Not me. I was trying to eat. I like to eat. And I needed a roof over my head. And I'm sure my sister was getting a little bit tired of me. So I started LaPav Consulting. And one of my first contracted positions was to be the executive director of a nonprofit. So when I tell you I've been on both sides of the coin, I've been the leader of a nonprofit and now I own a business. So before we move any further, let me know who is here with me. Are you a nonprofit or are you a small business or maybe you have both? And that is important because it literally expands and extends your opportunity for grants because now you can look for grants for both, right? Your small business and your nonprofit. So let me know who is here with me. Are you okay, I've got an LLC, 501c3, that's the nonprofit, for profit, right? A small business is a for profit. We got a nonprofit, an LLC. So your LLC is your for profit. So we got everything. We got everything, which is good, which is good. I need to see this, right? And I'm so glad the small businesses showed up because guess what? There are grants for you too. Don't believe it when people tell you there are no grants for small businesses. All right. So I was the executive director of a nonprofit. I wasn't there 2 weeks. I can't make this up. I wasn't there 2 weeks before I was called into the board of directors office and told that I had to write a grant to save my job. I had to write a grant that would pay for my salary for the entire year. They didn't tell me that when I was interviewing. I had never seen a grant before, like many of you had never seen a grant before. And I'm being told to write a grant to pay for my salary. What? Huh? But you know what? I did. We'll find a way. I did it. I did the research. I wrote that grant. I won the grant. It paid for my salary for an entire year. So people, when I tell you you can do this, even if you've never seen a grant before, even if you've never written a grant before, you can do this. You can win this grant money. Because all of a sudden I'm writing grants left and right. Now I'm winning $500 grants. Then I'm winning $500,000 grants. All of a sudden I'm winning local grants and now I'm winning national grants, multi-year grants, right? So now this is what I do. I help clients and I help students submit applications that will literally win grants. This is why the students that work with me, and some of you are on here, you've won 5 and 6 figure grants through the strategy that I teach and the framework that I develop. Because guess what? I'm the one that spent 18 years learning grants so that you don't have to. And this little chart here, Nicola, $250,000, Whitney, $200,000, Kimberly, $84,000, Keisha, $100,000. Yes. This is all while some people are thinking, oh, the grant money is gone. There's no more grant money. Strategy, people. Strategy. Strategy. There is a method to this. There's a method to winning. And that's what I'm going to show you. So today we're going to talk about, first of all, why the grant gets rejected. And then we're going to go through the grant myths. I'm going to tell you what is the current grant landscape. We're going to go through these 3 mistakes that are killing the grant writing. And then I have a bonus surprise. And yes, we're going to do a Q&A. Speaking of Q&A, drop your questions in either the chat or the Q&A box. We're going to get to all of the questions at the end. People who know me know I answer all of the questions. All right. So start asking them, the chat or the Q&A box. I want to know if this is you. She is drowning in a sea of misinformation. This is the biggest mistake people are making right now. They're assuming that the grant opportunity is gone. How many of you thought there were no more grants when the current administration started cutting the grants, started rescinding the grants, started pulling the grants back? How many of you thought, oh, that's it for me? Be honest. Be honest. You thought it was gone. Or you thought grants were a scam. That's another one. You thought grants weren't real, that they're really a scam, right? The grants aren't gone. The grants moved. They shifted. And if you didn't shift your strategy, you're still getting rejection letters. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. The grants are here. You didn't know where they were. So what you need to know is that federal grants do not equal all grants, people. So the money shifted from the federal government to your family foundations, private foundations, community foundations. That's where this $200 billion is coming from. And guess what? There are still federal grants available. You have to know where to find them. But the money is available. Literally just this morning, I learned about a huge federal grant that's being sent through state governments. It's an arts and culture grant. Millions of dollars being sent through state governments from the federal government. Not all of the grants, not all of the federal grants dried up, but there's money outside of the federal government. And so many of you are missing out on this grant money because you're not looking at your local government. Do you know that your state government has grants? Your county government has grants. Your city government, your municipality, have you met with them? Do they know who you are? Especially your state, because not all state money comes from the federal government. But this new grant that I just learned about is coming from the federal government. It's an arts and culture grant. Please sign up to your government websites, especially your state, so that you can get notifications when these new grants come through. So that's the good news, people. Grants are available, and this is where they're coming from. Private foundations, 150,000, public foundations, 17,000, community foundations, 900, corporate foundations, over 2,000. And look at this 200 billion. That was the amount of 2024. When the 2025 numbers are done, it's going to be even more than that. This is the money that's circulating, the non-federal money that's circulating right now, that some of you are passing up because you're not applying for grants. Here's Hepzibah. She's one of my students, $10,000 grant. She has a domestic violence program, and she provides legal services to people who are victims of domestic violence. And she won $10,000. Didn't even know anything about this foundation. But use strategy, use positioning. She positioned her organization correctly, won $10,000. She provides this legal support. She's like, oh, all praises to the Most High. Linda Peavy's course really works, y'all. She takes one of the grant writing courses. But here's what you need to know. I have a 3-part grant strategy system. These are the 3 mistakes you are making, And this is how we're going to overcome them. Three-part grant strategy system. Be grant ready, find the right funder, and differentiate and show impact of your organization. Many of you think you are doing this. You think you are doing this. You are not. All right. So these are the three decisions that funders, foundations are making before anything is approved. That's why you're not even getting past the first level. Because if you don't get this right, your application is dead on arrival. It is dead on arrival. All right? Because this is what I need all of you to hear. This is not about writing better. This is not about writing better. You do not have to be a professional grant writer to win grant money. All right? You do not have to be a professional grant writer to get grant money. I see some great questions in the chat. Keep asking them. It's about understanding how funding decisions are being made right now. Too many people think, oh, I can't do this. I'm not a professional grant writer. Not about writing better. It's about strategy and positioning yourself. Because these foundations, sometimes they can forgive a few grammatical errors. Are you positioning yourself to win with that grant application? That's what you have to do. Number one, be grant ready. This is why most applications are dead even before they get started, because guess what? You're missing documents. You don't have your EIN, your employer identification number, nonprofits. You don't even have a list of your board members. You got one or two instead of how many you need. It differs per state. Every state has a minimum. Every state has a minimum requirement for board members. The number. Every state is different. Or you don't have a single financial document. You don't have a balance sheet. You don't have a profit and loss statement. But you want to get grant money. You don't even have a budget. You have no idea how much money it's going to take for you to operate your program. And you can guess. Like, it doesn't even need to be super accurate, because an annual budget, it really is like a educated guess. And you don't have a business checking account. People, your grant money is not going to go into your personal checking account. It is not. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You cannot mingle your personal funds with your organizational money. Can't happen. Cannot happen. Or you have no structure. You're a nonprofit and you don't have your 501c3, which you are going to need to get this grant money. And for those of you that say, well, I have a fiscal agent, that's only going to get you so far, because most foundations require that you have the 501c3. Because guess what? If they're giving their grant money to you, they don't want it to go to a third party. Or you have a business, you've got a small business, right? And you're ready to get grant money, but you have no articles of incorporation. You don't have any certificate saying that you are a legal business. Now, this differs per state. In the state of Ohio, you cannot operate a business without a business license. You have to have your state certification. Keep in mind, you're expecting free money and a lot of free money, and you're not even set up as a legal business. It is not going to happen. Or no narrative. You have a great idea. You're passionate. You know what you want to do. You have not even written down what the program or the project looks like. You don't know how you're going to get to the results that you want. You got the passion, but you don't know how you're going to get to your results. This is how you submit an application that's dead on arrival. These are the components of being grant ready. Your foundation, your structure, your legal, and your business is set up. You have financial readiness. So if you are new, no, you're not going to have a profit and loss statement or a balance sheet. That's only if you've been operating. But you do need at least an annual budget so that you know approximately how much money you're going to need to operate. You don't have program clarity, you have the passion. You know who you want to serve, but you have no idea how you're going to serve them. And if you've been operating, you can't show any outcomes. I know people with nonprofits, they've had nonprofits for years. I'm not kidding. 10 years, 15 years. They've documented nothing. They've tracked no successes. They can't tell you how many people they've served or what the outcome was. You have to be able to position your grant. I'm going to show you exactly how. And then the documents. Do you have your board of directors list? Do you have those financial statements? And the community that I operate, we offer a 30-point checklist to make sure you are grant ready, right? In my community, it's free of charge, just to make sure you're grant ready. So, what is wrong with all of this? There's no framework. You're not ready. There's no clarity. And so, what happens when there's no clarity, no readiness, no framework? Immediate rejection. Oh, you didn't attach a board of directors? We're not going to ask you for one. You want $10,000 to help the homeless? How? I don't see the program outline. And it means you lack credibility because guess what? And I want you to take this with you. Funders are not trying to figure you out. Funders are not trying to figure you out. All right? You have to come to them ready. Doesn't have to be 100% ready, but mostly like follow these guidelines. So this is what it looks like. Okay, this is your organization. We help individuals gain employment and improve their lives. That's what we do. We help individuals gain employment and improve their lives. That's what we do. No numbers, no outcomes, no proof, no structure. You sound like everybody else who has some type of program that has some job training in it. But when you're ready to get this grant money, you should be able to say, look, we have a workforce training. We serve 120 people every year. Like 78% actually secure employment within 90 days. Now you got some clear outcomes. Now you got some measurable impact. Now you were able to define your program. Now you become credible. You become fundable. Is this clear? Give me a yes if this is clear. Because a lot of people are over here and they say, because I ask you, what do you do? We help individuals gain employment and improve their lives. It's not enough. It's not enough, people. It's not enough. And guess what? This was number one, because even if you are grant ready, most people fail here. Most people fail here next. This is where most people, you could be grant ready. This is where most organizations fail. Funder misalignment. What are you doing? You just chasing a grant. You just chasing the grant money. You saw a $10,000 grant, you just trying to get it. You don't know if that grant is for you. All you saw was $10,000. All you saw was $20,000. You haven't even matched what they're asking for to your organization to know if it's even the right grant for you. You saw what? You saw some dollars. Oh my gosh, there's $1 million grant. As soon as they read the first words of your application and they realize that, why are you applying? This is not even for you. Automatic rejection. All that work you've done. This is how you get burnt out. This is how you get tired, and this is how you give up. And I don't want you to give up because there's too much grant money available. You've got to start using strategy. This is this is literally how you could have a perfect application and still get rejected. Funder misalignment. It- you got to stop chasing the grant money when it's not meant for you. 87% of proposals are rejected because the organization applied to the wrong funder. I use this analogy all the time. You're a restaurant, you have a bakery, you're making cupcakes. Why are you applying to the organization that only gives grant money to people who build motorcycles just because it was $1 million grant? And it's not because your program is bad. You have a great bakery. You're serving the community. You hire people from the community. It's not even because your proposal was weak. Your proposal is strong. You're not applying to the right grant. The funder and the mission did not align. But you keep chasing these open grants and you're applying without this alignment and you're misreading the eligibility criteria. I always ask organizations to read 3 times. AI can fix this problem, by the way. AI can fix this problem. And let me show you something literally that most people never even see. And I need for you to all lean in because this is why most of you are not getting grant money. This is the difference between an application that gets ignored and one that moves forward. Now, this is going to be the same organization and the same exact program with 2 different outcomes. Same organization, same program, 2 different outcomes. The funder or the foundation is the Healthy Communities Foundation. So their grant is going to focus on preventative health, nutrition, and chronic disease reduction. That's what the foundation is focusing on. You have an after-school tutoring program. So here's how you position yourself to this foundation. You say our organization provides after-school tutoring and mentoring for Black youth in underserved communities. We focus on improving academic outcomes and confidence and long-term success. You're going to get rejected immediately. There's nothing bad about what I just read. Have an after-school program, tutoring, mentoring Black youth, underserved communities. You're going to get rejected immediately because guess what? You're not writing how you match with the funder. The funder is about preventative health, nutrition, and chronic disease. You haven't mentioned health. You haven't mentioned nutrition. You haven't mentioned anything related to chronic disease. And guess what? You're going to get filtered out immediately. But keep in mind, this is an after-school tutoring and mentoring program. You actually do all of those things. You just didn't mention them. So here's how you reposition your organization so that it matches with the focus of the foundation. Our after-school program supports youth in underserved communities by integrating academic tutoring with structured wellness education. You also teach wellness. Students participate in weekly sessions focused on nutrition and physical activity and healthy lifestyle habits that can address long-term health disparities. Over the past year, 85% of participants improved both academic performance and then they were able to demonstrate that they have an increased knowledge of healthy living practices. So all along, you were teaching about wellness and health, but that wasn't first and foremost in your mind. You were thinking about the mentoring and the reading and math tutoring when at the same time you taught these kids about health. Same program. Nothing changed in what you do. How you were positioned to this foundation change because now you've aligned with health prevention, outcomes, and funded priorities. Now you're going to get considered, right? One more example. This is an education funder, a foundation that provides educational grants. You now have a child care center and you meet with them and you say, our child care center provides safe care for children while parents work. That's how you describe your child care center. No, you're not even talking about the educational component, when in essence, your child care center provides early learning and kindergarten readiness programming that prepares children ages 3 to 5 for academic success, with 85% of participants demonstrating measurable gains in literacy and cognitive development. You teach this, but you're focused on we take care of kids while parents work. That's not what this funder wants to hear. Are you getting this? Is this clear? Is this clear? Let me know. Give me a yes if this is clear. Because you are describing what you do. Funders are looking for how it connects to what they fund. You don't need a different program. You need to position your program differently, right? Position your program differently. Pull out of that program where the focus is going to be to where the funder is funding. And it's not even difficult. It's not even difficult. All right? And AI can do this. AI can help you find the right funder. Somebody just said I have difficulty finding funds because some of you are using the old method. You're going to Google. You got 10 different tabs open. Now, come on, people. How many of you right now you got more than 10 tabs open? How many have more than 10 tabs open right now? Right now, right now. You're supposed to be focusing on this webinar. You got 10 tabs open. Come on, be honest. Be honest, right? You got 10 tabs open. Trying to find these grants. You can ask AI to literally only give you organizations that are aligned to your programming. You can save 4 to 5 hours right there, right there. Oh, you see, is it Amawal? You only have two. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let me show you how AI can help you move through this misalignment. I'm going to use a prompt. So a prompt is an instruction that you give to AI. And for those of you that are using AI, here's a big clue that's going to help you. Here's a big nugget. Don't just put in the prompt. Tell AI how you want it to act in terms of a position. So before I give AI this prompt, the prompt is my nonprofit, Seattle Safe House provides transitional housing, employment support, and case management for individuals experiencing homelessness in Seattle. I'm going to ask AI to identify 5 private community or family foundations most likely to fund this type of program. Give me the name, the priorities, the grant size, and why we are a strong fit. But before I ask it that, I'm going to say act as an experienced grant strategist and foundation researcher. It will dramatically improve the answers that AI will give you. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to take this prompt and I'm going to open up my chat GPT. I use the paid version. It's $20 a month. If you can afford it, use the paid version. I'm going to share my screen. Let me quickly share my screen here. There we go. So that you can see this prompt. There we go. I simply put in exactly what I read to you. Act as an experienced grant strategist and foundation researcher. My nonprofit provides transitional housing, employment support, and case management for individuals experiencing homelessness in Seattle. I want the names of 5 organizations. I'm doing this live. I'm hitting the enter. But I asked it. I said, please act as an experienced grant strategist and foundation researcher. Always give it its title. Always give it its position. And I want you to tell me how long that took. Because I think it took about 2 or 3 seconds. Bezos Day One Fund, Seattle Foundation, giving you the priorities, the grant size, and why Seattle Sea House is a strong match. It's answering that question for you. So you no longer have to wonder, is this a good match? Am I misaligned? Reiki's Foundation, One Roof Foundation, the Lawrence Foundation. And look at this. Look at this. It will actually give you insight into the positioning for Seattle Safe House. Your strongest positioning angle across these funders is not just housing, but housing plus stability plus economic mobility. You see how that works? I think it took 2 seconds. I think it took 2 seconds to give you that. All right. All right. We're at number three. I told you there was a three-point framework. No differentiation, no impact. Let's talk about this third mistake because this is where a lot of your strongest programs lose. Not because you're not doing good work, but you sound like everybody else. You sound like everybody else. You've got to pull out what is different about you. Those of you who work with me, you know you hear me say this all the time. I keep asking you, what is unique? What are you doing different? Because if you keep using this generic language and not giving any outcomes or any impact, you're going to look at everybody else. We help the community. We have the community. We have the community. You're blending in. That's not what foundations want. And when you blend in, you're going to get ignored. They want to know why you? Why you? What is it that you are doing differently? I always use the example of one of my clients. She's a fashion designer. She has a for-profit LLC, but guess what? With the extra fabric that she has, she's sewing clothes for homeless women. She's sewing clothes for women who go to domestic violence shelters. Who am I giving the grant money to? Your regular designer or the designer that's also using her extra fabric to help in the community. Who's getting the grant? Who's getting the grant? Who's getting the grant? This is why your grant template is everything. So the grant template is like this 15 grant application component document that literally tells your story and it showcases your uniqueness and your impact. You all need this because you need to extract out of you what is different. You have to tell your unique story. What are you doing differently? I have clients who are hair care salons, but one focuses on alopecia. The other one focuses on making wigs for women who suffer from cancer. What are you doing different? It can't just be another regular hair care salon. There are a million of them. So you've got to show what is the impact. Let's say you have that after school program. It's not enough for you to say, I serve 150 students. What's happening with them? Can you say they improve their test scores or they gain confidence? Let's say you open up the restaurant. When you open up a restaurant and you hire people, you're changing their lives. What has that restaurant meant to your community? Talk about how you're making a difference. And for those of you who are startups, you don't have this impact yet, but you talk about what you want your impact to be. And you include that in your application. What do you want your impact to be? So even if you are a startup, you can address what you want the transformation to be. And when you are a startup, it is extra important that you talk about the need. Why are you opening? What is happening that you felt you needed to open up a new organization, whether it's a nonprofit or a small business? What is the problem that you're solving? That's your need statement. Why you? Why now? This tutoring program was started because the students are reading below math and reading proficiency in that city. And the founder is a retired principal. So why her? Because she's been in education for 20 years. So oftentimes you have to weave your history into the why, especially if you're a startup. So let's go back to the child care center. This is what most people write. I have a lot of child care centers that are part of my community that are students, lots of child care centers. This is what I typically hear. What do you do? Our child care center provides high quality care. What does that mean, high quality? What does that mean? And early learning for children in our community. We are committed to helping children grow, learn, and succeed in a safe and nurturing environment. I hear that a lot. That's not going to get you a grant. I hear this all the time from child care centers, all the time. This is a weak example. Weak, weak, weak. All right. Sounds like every other child care center. No numbers, no proof, no outcomes, no uniqueness. There's no reason to choose you. You sound like everybody else. I know this sounds harsh, but I'm trying to get you to the money, and it's not this way. Here's a strong version. Our child care center prepares children ages 3 to 5 for kindergarten success through a structured learning environment that integrates literacy, social development, and parent engagement. These are our stats over the last 12 months. 87% met or exceeded kindergarten readiness benchmarks. 92% of parents reported improved learning engagement at home. 80% of students advanced at least one level in early literacy assessments. We combine that instruction, that daily instruction, with weekly parent workshops. Now you're specific, measurable, outcome driven. Shows how it works, shows your results. Now funders can justify in saying, yes, wow, because this is what they're doing. It didn't change who they were. They're still a child care center, but it talks about what you're doing, why you're doing it, and your results. People, you do not need to do more work. You can say that I have a goal of submitting 20 grant applications a week. That may lead you to getting 20 grant rejections a week. You need to show your work differently. And this is so important for you to get. Funders are not choosing the best program. Funders are not choosing the best program. They are choosing the clearest, most proven, and most measurable program. For those of you who are currently operating, again, if you're new, if you're a startup, talk about what you hope your results will be. Here's Nicola. This is what happens when you work in a framework of strategy that's proven. She only asked for $50,000 a year over the course of 2 years. And I say this often, my 18 years of being in this industry, I have never seen this. They actually countered. Her application was so strong, they countered and said, we're going to offer you $250,000 over 6 months. You asked for $50,000 a year over 2 years. We see what you can do. You've laid it out. Would you take $250,000 over 6 months? And for those of you who think small businesses can't get grants, she has a small business. Senior care agency, for profit. AI can help you fix these three mistakes, right? They can help you get grant ready. They can literally let you know what your missing components are, right? And they can even help you with your organizational profile. And again, they can match you to funders that will consider your organization. I gave you that demonstration. It took 2 seconds. No differentiation. Your program sounds like everybody else's. AI will help you turn your work into measurable outcomes. So you can feed it the data and it will give you a nice impact statement. Or if you don't have a need statement, you know you have a child care center, it's doing well, but you don't have a need statement, you can feed it information and it can tell you how in the neighboring area there are a lack of child care centers. In the neighboring area, children are underperforming in reading and math. And there's a lack of early childhood education. So there is a need of your organization. AI can do that for you. So it's about using strategy, and I'm a huge advocate of using AI. And for me, this is how you win, because this truly is where everything changes. That three-part framework, that is key. Differentiate yourself. Be grant ready. I mean, this is about you aligning what you do with that funder. So here's your next step. I give people two options to fix their grant applications. One is a done for you template where you let us write the grant template for you so that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, oh, it's going to be done. It is going to be done right. Or you can do it yourself. We offer a grant writing course. This course has sold over $1 million in courses because it works. It works. I built the course based on winning over $18 million. And so the clients who take the course, they are literally winning 5 and 6 figure grants because I've laid it out for them. I'm teaching you how to write a grant from A to Z. So here's the first offer. This is the fastest way to you getting grant ready. Let us write the grant template for you, right? We will build that foundation. We will create a customized grant template. We will include your organizational profile, your program description, your needs statement, your impact statement, your target populations, why you're different, your goals, your outcomes, your budgets, your sustainability. We will build it for you so that you know it is done right and you will reuse it again and again and again to start applying for grants. It will tell your whole story and we will do it for you. You're going to walk away with a professional grant foundation that is ready for you to apply to multiple grant opportunities. And we throw in an executive summary. That's your anchor document. That's for all of you. So when you start meeting with foundations, clip your executive summary to your email so that they know information about you. It should literally be no more than 2 pages. It is the first document that you want them to read to have an idea of who you are. This includes a strategy call with me. None of this happens without strategy. So you're going to meet with me privately so that we can determine what is your strongest funding angle. What funders want to hear from you. That's going into this document. And then I have 2 huge bonuses. Some of you know that I built one of the only AI courses that is specifically used to write and research and win grants. There are a couple of others on the market, but they're by universities. I'm literally giving this to you as a part of the grant template because I just don't believe in leaving people. Like once your grant template is done, you're applying for grants, you have a course. You still have your AI course to do future work if you want to. It's worth $3,000. You're going to get this. I literally give you like 10 demonstration videos right into this grant course. It's called the AI Powered Grant Accelerator. Write winning proposals faster. You get this when you buy the grant template. I'm throwing this in. You get 150 prompts. Your second bonus, I'm going to give you a list of 10 grant opportunities customized to your organization. People, you're going to be ready. You're going to have your grant template. We're going to meet for the strategy, and you're going to have a list of grants. Like literally, how much time is this going to save you? I want you to think about what it would be like for you to start applying to 2 grants per week instead of 2 per month or 2 per year, because some of you are applying like 2 a year. How about 2 grants a week because you've got your template? You got a list of grants, right? Now we're avoiding you burning out. This is the same system I'm using to help the students in my program to win these 5 and 6 figure grants. And it's real money. And so the total package is worth over $15,000 because you've got the done for you grant template. That alone is worth $10,000. You meet with me directly. That strategy call directly with me. I create the strategy for you. I'm throwing in the AI grant course. You're getting 10 grants. So this is not just a document. This is your grant foundation that your organization is going to use to start applying for grants. So instead of you paying $15,000, you pay one price of $997, or we have 2 payments available for $597. For those of you who like the buy now, pay later, that's available too through Klarna or Afterpay. And I think they give you like 4 free payments that you can make if you want to go that route. But if you just want to pay once, it's $997 instead of you spending weeks and weeks and weeks. You say you're going to get it done. You say you're going to write the template. You say you're going to do the research. Let us do it for you. Let it be done. It's time for you to move forward to start getting this grant money. So it's the grant template, the executive summary. You're going to meet with me privately. You're going to get the grant course, the AI course, and you're going to get the list of grants. It's one payment that will save you hours and weeks of research and time. Or you might want to do it yourself. You want to learn grant writing? This is my OG course. It was nicknamed by a student, the OG course. This is my original course. This is the first course I built, and students have won millions of dollars taking it. It will teach you how to write these grants from soup to nuts, everything, how to meet with the foundations. Everything is in here. It's the Grant Writing for Non-Writers Keys to Winning Grant Proposals course, and it is available as well. And students are taking it, and they, yes, are winning grant money. I even give you a list of funders. So you get to refine your mission. You learn how to write your needs statement. You learn how to use your impact statement. You learn how to find the right funder. I teach you in the course is online, is self-paced, is digital. Go at your own pace. I teach you how to create your outcomes and your evaluations. There's a reason why this course has sold over $1 million in sales. It works. The course works. It's been audited 3 times. It's worth $5,000. 3 different auditors said that this course is worth $5,000. The course by itself is worth $2,600. Then you get the funders list. And yes, you get downloadable planners and schedules and workbooks that are worth $1,400. You get free group coaching calls. We had our last coaching call last night. Free. 2 hours. You get to ask whatever questions you want. That's all included. And yes, everything is tax deductible because you write it off. It's tax season. And yes, you get a certificate of completion once you complete this course. So for the next 3 days, no, you're not paying the $5,000 value. It's $297, people. I keep it low for a reason. I keep it low for a reason. Lifetime access, for those of you who are asking, no, this is not something that you're only going to have for 3 months or 6 months. No, lifetime access to this course. You'll have it forever. And the AI course that you get with the Done For You, you have that one forever too. That's included in the Done For You. Of course, that's the much, much, much bigger value because you're getting the AI course and you're getting the template. We're going to write it for you. But this course here, $297, 3 days only. So you already saw what's not working, and you've got 2 ways to fix it. Either you're going to learn this yourself and start researching and writing and winning grants, or you're going to have us write your template for you so that you have that foundation to start applying for grants. Kimberly, she's with us. She's a client. 3 to 4 pages. This grant application, she said, was 4 pages. She won $84,000 because she knew how to fill up her 4 pages. So please don't think that grant applications are 100 pages anymore. They're not. Some of them are 3, 4, 5 pages, but you've got to know how to fill up your 3, 4, 5 pages. She won $84,000. So that's your choice. Done For You. Let us do your grant template. $997 or 2 payments of $597. Or with the grant writing course, you're creating your own template. You're answering all of the questions through the lessons. And as you answer the questions, you are creating your grant template. So let us do it for you, or you do it yourself. All right. So I want all of you to ask yourselves, where do you want to be in 3 months? Where do you want to be in 3 months? Enter the chat. Do you want to be frustrated? Still frustrated, can't find grants, don't know where grants are, keep getting rejected? Or do you want to be funded? Because now you're following a strategy. Now you're part of a community. Those of you who are students, you're in my community. You know what the Facebook group looks like. We have a phenomenal Facebook group that you become a part of. Whether you buy the course or whether you buy the template, you're in our community. You now have a community where you can ask any questions you want in that Facebook group and get help. And we are dropping so many grants in the Facebook group, grants for small businesses, grants for nonprofits. You get all that free. That's what I'm talking about. Tanya, Shalandra, Miss Marie, Jasmine. Yes, 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 yes. You get funded. Someone's asking, how soon do you get started? So with the 997, you pay the 997. I'm going to send you an intake form. As soon as you complete that intake form and send it back to us, you're setting up the call with me. So we're not waiting a month out. There are grants to be had, right? We're not, no. Pay for the done for you, complete the intake form, send the intake form back to us. We're setting up the meeting. We're setting up the meeting, right? There's no waiting 1 month out. No, no. There are grants available. There are grants available. All right. It's Q&A time. I'm going to stop sharing. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. And so the people who got funded, absolutely, absolutely. Through they've either taken the grant writing course or they've taken the done for you. Everybody all of those testimonials did one or the other. All right, let's see here. The AI course is part of the Done For You template, Melissa, so you don't have to list that. That is part of the Done For You template. They get the AI course for free. They get that for free if they buy the Done For You. All right, so for those of you who are asking, we're going to do the Q&A, but really quickly, I want to show you here. Let me show you what happens with those of you who are asking about the Done For You really quickly. I'm going to share my screen, show this really quickly. This is the Done For You, right? This is everything you get, the grant template, executive summary, meeting with me. You get the AI course for free. It's normally $500. Claim your bonus today. So this is what you do, right? This is what you do. I said that we had buy now, pay later available. So if you want to take advantage of the buy now, pay later, you hit the 997, hit pay another way. Go down, hit new payment method. And there you will see the little drop down, Afterpay or Klarna. Let's hit Afterpay. I think it's the same. 4 interest-free payments of $249.25. So that's what happens if you want to buy now, pay later. We don't wait for you to get paid up. As soon as you hit that button for Afterpay or Klarna, you start the process we see in the intake form. We don't wait until you're paid up. All right. Even if you go ahead with the two payment plan of $597 a month for 2 months, we don't wait. We don't wait until you're totally paid up. After you pay the first payment, we're ready to go. We get started. This is the grant writing for non-writers course. That's the one that's $297. Hit purchase now. And there you are. And by the way, if you are only buying the grant writing course, you can still meet with me privately for a one-on-one session. That's $247. It's normally $500. But look at this. That's 300 and 247. Now it's 547. You might as well get the grant template and let us do the work for you. But this is an option if you just want the grant writing course and you still want to meet with me, you can. You can by just clicking the Ask the Expert private grant coaching session. All right. So I think that's clear. It's Q&A time. Before we get to Q&A, there's just one more thing I want you to do for you, not for me, for you. I want you all to put into this webinar chat. Do this for you. I am ready to get grant money. Like I believe in manifestation, and this has got to come from here through your fingers. Just release it into the universe, literally. I am ready to get grant money, every single one of you. I need for you to write this. Tanya, the offer lasts for 3 days. Katrina, Erlene, Darren, like literally get this out of your spirit, like release this, people, because some of you have been procrastinating. Jasmine, Darwin, write this down. It's things are different when you write them. You have to write the vision. You have to write the vision. Arlene, that's right. I release it. Is it Abby or Abix? Abix, I'm ready to get grant money. Shakira, Mabel, Marita, write this down. All of you, don't write this for me. Write this for you. Write this for you. I'm ready to get grant money. All right. Shakira says, I operate on strong affirmations. Absolutely. Write this for you. I release it and I'm ready to get grant money. Yes. A Mowal. Marletta, write this for you. Don't write this for me. Because I just believe there are forces and people that are trying to make this more difficult than it is. They don't want you to see this. They don't want you to see this. That's why I'm saying, please share this. Grants are available. You can get grants, you can win grants, but you've got to have a strategy. Darwin, yes. Mandy, you small businesses, look, we have a free grant coaching call every month. When you come into the community, you'll be a part of it. It was last night, 2 hours. Did I not show you a website with at least 15 grants for women-owned businesses? Small business grants. Had at least 15. Had at least 15. Did I not show you a site where if you are a creative, let's say you're an artist, an author, a writer, a painter, a musician, a sculptor, a dancer, there's a special site for you where you go to find grants. This is the information you get once you come into the community. Connie, right? You were on there last night, right? Just for the creatives. You've got to know where to come. That's why I ask you, be in a community so that you can stop getting misinformation. There's so much misinformation out here, especially on social media. So much misinformation. Once the offer is over, can we stay in touch with you? Absolutely. I'm in the Facebook group all the time. You're coming every month on a live group coaching call with me. So you see this face whether you want to or not, right? You see this face once a month live on the live group coaching call. And I'm in the Facebook group all the time. Like, I'm not one of those people that disappear after you buy something from me. People who know me know, no, that is like not at all. Not at all. Not at all. All right. Questions. I saw quite a few, so just give me a moment. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with the Q&A. Oh, where do you sign up for the state and county to find grants? So go to your Department of Development, all of you, right? For your state. Your state has a Department of Development. Sign up for notifications from your Department of Development to get notification about state funding. And the same with your county. Go to your county and sign up for any type of funding or grants. There should be a section called grants under your county's website. Sign up for any newsletters. I applied as a startup because I have nothing except the idea and digital assets. So applying as a startup of small business, is that looked at differently, right? Yes, it is looked at differently, but guess what? Amber Grants for Women, they have startup grants. And guess what? They're one of the only organizations I know that will give you a startup grant based on your idea. You don't need to have made 1 cent. That's Amber Grants for Women. All right. So if I am new, then I would word it as the goal is to serve 120 annually. Right, exactly. Whatever your goal is, exactly. Could be 120, could be 200, but exactly put down your goal of how many people you want to serve over the course of a month or a year, right? So that the foundation knows you've thought about this. Everybody will get a copy of the replay, and the replay will be free. Please, please, please put my email address into your email senders list so that this email will not go to spam. Everybody will get a copy of the replay via an email. These offers are good for 3 days. So after 3 days, the offers will be gone. But for the next 3 days until Friday, yes, you can get the 997. The bonus is that you're getting the free list of grants. That's the bonus. And the second bonus, you're getting the course, right? So the done for you is 997, but you don't want to miss out on those bonuses. You got to do it in 3 days to get the bonuses, all right? How much does it cost to have a grant writer do this for me? It depends. It depends. A brand new grant writer can be maybe 40 to $50 an hour. A more seasoned grant writer, maybe they've won a few grants. That's usually 50 to maybe $75 an hour. An expert grant writer, now you're talking anywhere between 100 to $150 an hour. All right. Do you offer ongoing grant submission services? Do you offer a retainer? Yes, I do. So we take very few customers where we are going to write the grants for you. You've got to be grant ready. So we take you through an intake process to make sure that you are ready and that we are the best client for you to write grants. Send us an email. We're putting the email into the webinar chat. Send us an email and then we can set up a meeting. All right, but I we take very few people. Ah, the Amber Grants May topic is my niche, right? I just applied last week. Can I apply again in May? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can apply every month for Amber Grants for Women, but make sure if that's your niche, if that May topic is your niche, is competitive. You've got to stand out. You have to know how to position yourself. And that's what we help to teach you how to do. That's what the grant template does. So if you buy that done for you, you will be showcased. Your uniqueness will be showcased. I spend quite a bit of time meeting with you so that I have all the information I need to build the best template that is going to showcase why you are different. So you don't have to think about it. All right? You won't have to think about it. So the done for you is 997 and the course, the grant writing course is 297. People have taken the grant writing courses for the last 4 years and they are winning so much money taking that grant writing course. Is 297. It's going up after 3 days to 497. So you're saving $200 if you get the grant writing course now. In the next 3 days, it'll be 297. It's going up to 497. The Amber Grants for Women is only for small businesses. All right, I'm going back up to the top to get to the initial questions because there are quite a few. I'm going to be scrolling down. Let's see. Yes, so the both offer two different payment plans. So the course is 297, but you can also make two payments of 175. The done for you is 997 or two payments of 597. All right, questions. I handle domestic violence, bullying, and abuse grief in New Jersey. I've never done a grant before. I'm sorry to hear that. That is an excellent area. There are grants for what you are covering. So the Department of Justice, people think like all of the federal grants were shut down. They're just not. So the Department of Justice actually has grants that deal with bullying. I've inquired about one and never got a response. What do you mean when you say you've inquired about a grant? What does that mean? If you send an email to a foundation asking about a grant, they will likely ignore you. Now, you have to go to the foundation and find the right person to send that email to. And literally, I have so many templates. You get so many templates when you join this community. I have a template where if you are going to ask a foundation to set up a meeting, I have a template so that you know exactly what you should be saying. People, this is what I see. A lot of you think, okay, I can do this by myself. I can do this alone. You've been trying to do that and it hasn't been working. Or you say, I'm going to do this, I'm excited. And next week after the webinar is ended, you are no further along. You are no further along. Because guess what? Life happens. As soon as this webinar ends, life happens. You're going to be back to doing whatever you were doing before. And then it doesn't get done. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Here's an opportunity for at a pretty low cost for you to come into a community that can actually help you. All right. But I've inquired about one. I don't know what that means. You should be sending an email to a staff person by name, by email, and set up a meeting. That's how you get a response. I've been ghosted several times. I've been rejected. I get it. I hear it all the time. Grants are out there, just got to find the right one. Yes, but when you find the right one, you got to position yourself. Yes, everybody will get the recording. We have a for-profit business. Should I be in here? Is this just for nonprofits? No, I talk significantly about for-profit grants. All right, let's see. Let's see. Small business medical transportation service. Think about what you're doing differently other than transporting people. If I were you, I would really focus on how you serve the elderly population. The country is growing, right? Or rather, the country is aging because we're moving towards an older population, a more elderly population. And if you offer medical transportation services, like that's the community I would focus on as I describe what I do. I would really focus on how I serve this aging population, right? Because again, you've got to dig in and bring out what you're doing differently. All right. The startup with hopes to add a nonprofit arm once established. Good morning. A roof over their heads, emergency to permanent housing with Matter from Having breakfast programs at Telegraph Community Ministry Center. This is great because you have a partner. A roof over their heads, emergency to permanent housing. So the area of homelessness or the unhoused is one of the largest. And community foundations and private foundations oftentimes give in this area that we call basic services, clothing, food, and housing. So if you are providing clothing, food, or housing, like there is no reason why you should not be meeting with your local community foundation. Those are just three basic areas where you often see they provide funding. And so if this is what you're doing, like you should be meeting absolutely with foundations in your area. Partnerships are so important. So the fact that you literally you're like partnering with another organization is even better. Even if you are a for-profit, let's say a roof over their heads is a for-profit, you're partnering with a nonprofit. Now you can look at grants for your for-profit, but also you can have the nonprofit partner apply for grants for the nonprofit, write you into their grant so that they can provide funding to you and their organization. I want to start a nonprofit mental health and a for-profit clinic. I would say start one and do it very well. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Start slow. Do one very well before you add on something else. I also want to kickstart an organization where I empower small business owners, entrepreneurs, and experts. That is my major mission. Empower them to do what? What does that mean? I hear that word a lot. Empowerment. What does that mean? What does that mean? You have to do more than just give them encouragement. Like, what are you doing? How are you going to empower them? That's what you need to ask yourself. Do you have to be a business or a nonprofit to receive a grant? Can you just be a private citizen? Excellent question. So, there are individual grants. There are far and few in between. However, I was doing some research last week and I found a site. Again, this site happens to be for artists and creatives, like authors and writers and artists, where I think literally they had like 25 individual grants. So, yes, there are grants for individuals. They are more rare, but yes, there are grants for individuals, and oftentimes it's based on your industry. I see more grants for authors or people who attend universities and they need research for the work that they're doing or studying in terms of where I typically see individual grants. I did not know where to look for our specific housing issues in locality. How much of grant winning has to do with who you know? What about the nonprofit's footprint? How much of grant winning has to do with who you know? A lot of it has to do with who you know because you're going to get to know the foundation. So you get known. That's what your job is to be known and to know the people who are giving the grant money. So your job is to get to know those foundation people. And that's as easy as setting up a meeting, which I will be focused on April 23rd. I am giving a webinar where I am solely focused on how you win over that foundation in that meeting. That will be the sole focus of this webinar because that is literally the number one way in which organizations are winning more money is when they meet with the foundation. And most of you are afraid, you're scared, you don't know how to do it, you don't know what to say, you don't know how to approach the foundations. There's a method that I'm going to teach you in this webinar. Melissa, if you could drop the link to the grant meeting secrets webinar, April 23rd, noon or 7 p.m., I would ask you all to attend because you're going to learn how to meet with those foundations. I did not know where to look for our specific housing issues and locality. That's what we help you with. We help you to determine exactly where you should be looking for grants. All right, let's see. Other questions. I have a lot of programs that I run. I am a founder and CEO. I do weekly support awareness wellness groups Wednesdays and Saturdays. So if I were you, this is advice I give to a lot of organizations that are just piling on programs because they have a passion. I get it. You want to help. You want to help your community. But listen to me. The more you pile on, the more programs you pile on, the more target populations you try to help. You're trying to help everybody. You can't help everybody. The more you pile on, the more you literally dilute the services that you provide, and the less successful you are going to be. This is advice to all of you. Focus on doing one thing and one thing well, and then start adding on programming. That's how you get grant money. If you are a small organization, you can't do many things well. It doesn't work that way. You cannot do many things well, and you want to do this well so that you can get funding. So I would say focus on one, maybe two things, right? I would prefer one, but if you have a lot going on, focus on two things. Give your energy, because there's only so much energy we all have. And the more you try to spread out that energy, the less successful you're going to be because you're not giving justice to all of these different things you're trying to do. All right. How do you address outcome when you are just starting? You want to talk about what you hope to accomplish, what you expect your outcomes will be. You got 3 days to get the deals, 3 days to get the course for $297, and 3 days to get the grant template where we write it for you for $997, so that you also get the AI course, which is worth $497. And you also get the list of 10 grants. That's if you buy it within the next 3 days. Can AI do the matching locally within a state or county? Yes. I just put something in for my small business and AI gave me options, but also described how I can better leverage myself. Great advice. Absolutely. So they're not just going to give you the AI doesn't just give you the answer. That's why I included the AI course with the done for you template. So you've got the AI course. That's literally included with the done for you. You get that course. But if you want to really learn how to write about your organization, write about its uniqueness, write about how it's different, that's the original grant writing course. Because keep in mind, when you saw me demonstrate AI, I had something to work with. I had already written out this paragraph about the safe house. Like AI doesn't work through osmosis. Like you've got to feed it information that you've written about your organization. And that's what the original grant writing course does. It will help you write about your organization. Then you can feed it into AI. But it's not going to give you, it's not just going to make up stuff for you. You got to be able to feed it information that you've written about your organization. And the grant writing course teaches you how to write about your organization. That's why it's done so well. Would the AI program help us grant writers with finding more didactic language that captures our specific uniqueness? Absolutely, it will. But you've got to feed it. You've got to feed it information as to what you're doing. And then you have to know the prompts. That's why I give you 150 prompts in the AI course. You have to know how to ask it questions to get the information that you need, right? But nobody knows the uniqueness of your organization other than better than you. So that's one of the reasons why when you buy the Done For You, I'm sitting down with you and we're having a strategy call. And I'm literally pulling out of you. Like, I do not end that call unless I have the information I need. And it allows you, it forces you to think about, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's what I do. Because the hair care salon that bought the Done For You, it started with her saying, I have a hair care salon. I serve people from the community. I do hair. I carry products. And the more I was able to deep dive and ask her specific questions, the more she talked about, oh, wait a minute. Hey, I have quite a few clients with alopecia, and that's kind of what I'm known for, is helping women with alopecia. So now you're entering into the health and wellness space. So now not only can we search for grants for the hair care industry, but because you're literally helping women with issues of self-esteem, that's mental health and wellness. You're dealing with people with a medical condition. Now we can expand where we look for grants. That's the beauty of the strategy session that you have with me. All right. Everybody will receive the recording via email. Yes, we offer ongoing grant submission services. Do you offer retainer? Yes. I want to be funded in 3 years from more than two or three sources. Government, other agencies for two nonprofits and one for an LLC. Can an LLC also be a nonprofit? No. No. So you have your LLC. Typically, for the LLC, you were once a sole proprietor. So you've got your LLC, you've got your nonprofit. However, under the umbrella of your LLC, your umbrella organization can be the LLC. You can start nonprofits, but your nonprofit is still going to be a separate legal entity with its own EIN and its own legal structure. You still need a board of directors, but under the umbrella of your LLC, you can start a nonprofit. 3 days. The offer will last for 3 days. Erlene, if I were you, I would put your information, come into the Facebook group because I haven't seen you ask for help. Come into the Facebook group, give like two or three, just maybe a good paragraph about your organization, what you do, where you serve, how you serve, where you're located, and say, I'm looking for grants. I need grant help, and you will get the help. Use the Facebook group, people. Use the Facebook group. Other students do. Use the Facebook group. Everybody gets access to the Facebook group that buys either of these programs. All right, let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Darwin. All right, I believe, let me just make sure. Linda, I was sorry to miss the presentation last night, was dealing with fraud issue. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Natasha. So, Kathleen, the entire replay is already posted in the Facebook group. So, that reminds me, when I have the coaching sessions, they're always posted in the Facebook group and they're sent to your email. So when you become a student and I have the monthly group coaching calls, because I do live grant searches. Like when you come to the live group coaching call and you say, Linda, I'm in Detroit, I have a program for veterans. I literally do a live grant search for you during those live calls. So, Kathleen, look in the Facebook group for the replay, and it was also sent to your email. I've been advocating doing outreach for 20 years, paying for all events. I do support groups weekly. Just did an event. What is a strong woman? So, yes, I need grants. Yes, you do. I facilitate all groups Wednesdays and Saturdays. You do, yes. 20 years, yes. Are there grants for people who are struggling financially as a private citizen? No, but if I were you, I would go to, so in Ohio, there is, I would go to, first of all, United Way, first and foremost, United Way. But there are some grant resources. I know there's one in Ohio called, oh, I think it's called Ohio Means Jobs, where they will give you grant money for free training so that you can develop a skill and get a job. So there are many such grants. They are county based or state based that you can go to in your community to see if they have grants so that you can develop a skill. But grant money is not for struggling private citizens. Grant money is geared towards organizations, whether you are a nonprofit or for profit, that help the community in some way or help your target populations in some way. Thank you, Kunda. I've never applied for a grant yet, but I have a lot of ways I'm different from others. Write them down. Start by writing them down. Bullying is narcissistic gaslighting in that category. What do you see? What do you see happening? Right? What do you, and who is it hurting? What is the result? So if you see narcissistic gaslighting, where are you seeing it? Who is it hurting? Do you see? So there are anti-bully. If you have so what are you doing about it? Do you have an anti-bullying program? Because if your topic is bullying, then there should be some type of program to counter that, regardless of the reason for the bullying, right? Or so as a part of your anti-bullying program, you could deal with bullies. You could deal with people who are bullies. So you are a licensed counselor. So at anti-bullying programs look many different ways. One is typically to help the victims. Others are to help people who are bullies. That's up to you. I need a grant to purchase a building for a newly planted church. To purchase a building. So that is a heavy lift. Have you received grants before? Because think about this. An organization is not going to give you a $250,000 grant to buy a church, to buy a building for a church, if you have not handled smaller amounts of grant money before. I see this a lot where people want money to buy a building. And I will say to you what I say to everybody else: lease first. Try to get money for a lease. And in your church, what are you doing differently? There are millions of churches in the United States. There is right now a worship and preaching grant that is available for churches that want to develop some type of special preaching and worship program. What are you doing differently? There are grants for churches all across the country. Walmart gives grants to churches. But as you know, there are millions of churches. So what is your church doing differently? Do you have a literacy program? Do you have a daycare center? Do you have some type of evangelistic outreach program? Are typically the grants are if you are helping the broader community somehow. So ask yourself, what are you doing differently? What will your church do differently? Can you send pictures? I do annual walks. Absolutely. For domestic violence and bullying. Absolutely. When you are applying for a grant, part of your evidence, absolutely. Send pictures of your annual walks. Sure. You absolutely can do that. On my wall, grant writing is a team sport for people in the same organization. Yes. You shouldn't feel as if you have to do it yourself, right? So if you have a larger organization, everybody may know something about their subject that can contribute to the person writing the grant. So you may have a program manager and you get information from the program manager about the program. You could have a treasurer and you talk to the treasurer and get information about the budget that's going to be used for the grant. So yes, absolutely, it can be seen as a team sport. Shakira, you're doing an awful lot. I would say focus on one or two things. Oh, I'm involved in doing fish farming and providing employment for the young population in Zambia. Excellent. One, fish farming, that's agriculture. You should be seeking agricultural grants, but you're providing workforce development, which is critical all over the world. So you're in Zambia. First of all, let me tell you that there are grants that you can get. Let's say you're in the US, but your target population is in Zambia. You can get grants that are geared towards people here in the US that serve a population in Zambia. You could be stationed in Zambia and get US grants. So organizations like Microsoft, the Gates Foundation, the Kellogg Foundation, the Robert Johnson Woods Foundation, they give international grants and they also serve populations in Africa. So those are some of the organizations you should be seeking because they're global, they're international, and a lot of their money is focused on what's happening in Africa. Thank you, on the wall. We'll see you on the 23rd. Please come to that session. You've got to know how to meet with these foundations. Okay, so that's part of your domestic violence program, bullying, abuse awareness, support wellness, breathing stretches for the ladies. Okay, that's great. As long as it's all a part of like one program, that's great. Chat GPT, 19.99 a month. I would advise that you get the paid version, yes. Would I be able to get grants for wellness in my foundation? I do wellness. Yes. So that's where you are going to use your program because you're doing wellness, you're doing domestic abuse awareness, but you also incorporate wellness. So that's where your one organization can seek multiple grants because it has multiple components. So you can seek a wellness grant, you can seek a domestic abuse grant, you can seek a grant that's geared towards organizations that help women. So you can seek multiple grants for the one organization. Oh, Kathleen, send me an email. Send me an email and I will send you that link. Thoughts, experience with an advisory board to start and then move into a formal board? No. Not if you are a nonprofit, it is by law that you're required to have a board of directors. You cannot start a nonprofit without a board of directors. Now, if you're talking about a small business and you want to start with an advisory board and then move on to a board of directors, that's fine. But no, as a nonprofit, you need a board of directors. It is required by law all over the United States. That's part of being a nonprofit. You must have a board of directors. You will not get your nonprofit certification like a 501(c)(3) without one. Everybody will get the recording. Shakira, I hope you join because I can certainly help you. Learning, realizing that narcissistic abuse is or can be considered bullying has a, yeah, absolutely. So again, what you have to decide how you want to help in this environment of bullying. You can do both. It depends on how you're set up. You can help the victims of bullying. There are organizations that help the bully to process and get through whatever it is that is allowing them to be a bully, right? So it depends on where you want to help and how you're able to help. All right, I believe we're done. Let me just double check to see if there were any more questions. Okay, I've answered all of those. For our financial statement and data, should we include tax forms? If they ask for them. Oftentimes they will ask for your tax documents, so be prepared to submit them, but they will definitely ask for your tax documents. So if you are a nonprofit, that's your 990. I literally just had a question yesterday about, again, more misinformation. There was a nonprofit that said to me, we don't apply for grants because we can't submit a 990. We're not big enough to submit the 990 tax form. Just more misinformation. Because as a nonprofit, you must submit your 990. And if you make less than $50,000, so this could be year one, you could just be starting. So after the first year and you haven't made $50,000, you're going to submit something called a 990 N like Nancy, which means that is a postcard. I have worked with nonprofits that were making not literally no grant money, like their revenue was basically nothing. And they were submitting a 990 N, which is the postcard. And I was able to get hundreds of thousands of dollars in grants for them. So there's just no, no. Again, be in a community, people, where you can get some correct information. All right. Shakira, is just send me an email. If a grant says okay, excellent question. If a grant says a certified audit is optional, do you still need to submit a certified audit? Not if it says it's optional. If you have one, submit it. If it is optional and you don't have one, don't worry about it. Make sure you submit your financial statements. But if it says it's optional and you have it done, submit it. It will help to solidify your financial responsibility. So if you have it, submit it. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Make sure you get your financial statements in. A profit and loss or financial statement is still needed. Absolutely. You still need to submit your financial documents for sure. But just don't worry about the audit if it's not asking for the audit. But let me tell you why a relationship with the foundation is important, because I had a client, again, a new nonprofit, and the grant asked for an audit. The grant said audits are required. Okay, I knew that my client did not have an audit, but I knew I was going to set up a meeting with this foundation so that the foundation could get to know my client. And so, sure enough, I set up the foundation meeting. We hit it out of the ballpark. They loved my client. And so, after the meeting, I then addressed the foundation. I said, well, we're new. We're a new nonprofit. We don't have an audited financial statement. And I know that your website says it's required, but we don't have one. But I do have all of our financial statements. They're all up to date. All of our tax returns are up to date. And I was told, don't worry about it, Linda. Submit what you have. Submit what you have. And that was a $20,000 grant that we got. So that's where the relationship is everything with the foundation. It is everything. I believe we're done. I don't see any other questions in the Q&A, and I don't see any other questions in the webinar chat. You've got 3 days, people. Come and be in a community where you can get the help that you need. All right. Kunda, can I connect? How can I connect to the would-be grant financiers for our pondfish? How can I connect? How can you connect with, you have to find the funders. So go back and review this replay. You So if you get the grant writing course, that will teach you how to find these people. Go back and review this replay. I literally demonstrated to you how to use AI to find funders. If you want help, we can help you. If you buy the original grant writing course, you're going to be in the Facebook group. You can come into the Facebook group and say, Linda, we're out of Zambia. This is what we do. How can you help us? And I will address your question in the Facebook group and point you to some specific funders that may be able to help you. So we're all about community here. You can try to guess and do this. This is for all of you. You can try to keep guessing and do it on your own. But I've been in this industry long enough to know what happens. You get distracted, life happens, and 3 months later, you still have no grant money, or you're still not even knowing where to find grants. Or you can be in a community. We are constantly giving you information that will do nothing but help you. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that. Yes, you do, Kathleen. Yes, you do need that next meeting. Oh, thank you, Tanya. I don't know. I don't know. That's a wonderful thought. Thank you so much. But so it has to be more than that, right? If you want a grant, grants are about helping the community, helping those in the community. There's a need, and your small business or your nonprofit should be addressing that need, right? It should be addressing that need in the community. And that's really what you want grant money for. And it's for you small businesses, like this is for you too. You just got to think about why are you different? Think about what I said about the designer, the fashion designer. All of you, one thing I can tell you for sure after doing this for so long, when I meet with you and I talk to you, what you're all doing is extraordinary. Sometimes it just needs to be brought out of you. What you're all doing is extraordinary. It just needs to be brought out because you're thinking of yourself as, okay, I help domestic abuse survivors, right? But that means so many different things because that's mental health and wellness, that's physical wellness, that's safety issues, right? Most of you, you've got one program, but you should be applying to multiple grants. That's what strategy is about, and that's what we teach. That is what we teach is strategy so that you see yourself as more than what you're writing. One of these slides said you're busy telling people what you do instead of thinking how strategically I can align with where you fund. And that's a huge shift that if you're going to get grant money, you have to make. Remember what I said, grant money does not always go to the best program. There could be a phenomenal program and not be getting any grant money because you didn't align the services to where the money is being provided. You must do that and you must learn how to do that. And that is what we teach. So you've got two options to fix what is going on with your grants. Either you do it yourself, and we're still here for you. If you buy that grant writing course, you come into the Facebook group 24/7, ask your questions. There are so many templates in the Facebook group, templates. Come into the community and get help. Just get the help you need. And we give you two payment options. And also, even with the grant writing courses, 297, you can still do buy now, pay later. Even with that, you can still do buy now, pay later. Um, those of you who are asking, let me just show you really quickly what you do with the buy now, pay later. If you want the grant course, this is a grant course here. Remember, it's 297. I'm going to take that out of the way. If you want to meet with me privately, once you buy the grant course, you can, you add it on. But here, you just put in whatever email address you have and then pay another way. Drop down new payment method. There you go. Afterpay or Klarna, it is going to divide the 297 into 4 interest-free payments, people. That is what? $75 per payment. You have the opportunity to get professional help. All right. I want to thank all of you for hopping on. Look for the replay. You're going to get the replay. Look for the replay later today. For the next 3 days, you will get emails with the links to these two options, the grant writing course or the Done For You. Do something to move yourself forward. I don't want to see you stuck. I don't want to see you in 3 months saying that you cannot find any grants. All right? Do something. You've got two options to fix what is going on as to why you're not getting any grants. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Again, I know you could have been somewhere else. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I will see you all in the Facebook group because you all get admission into the Facebook group once you buy one of the programs, and I will see you over there. Kathleen knows the Facebook group is wonderful. You get help that you need. So you've got 3 days. So again, look for emails with your replay and then the link to buy one of these two programs. All right. And hopefully I will see you. I will see you in the Facebook group. My name is Linda Peavy, creator of the course Grant Writing for Non-Writers, Keys Winning Grant Proposals, and the AI Grant Accelerator, as well as the Done For You, where we will take it off your plate. Excuse me, we will write that template for you so that you can actually start applying for these grants. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Whatever you do, keep moving forward. Do not be discouraged by what you see on TV. Stop thinking there's no grant money. There's plenty of grant money available. Position yourself to get it, use strategy, and get the help that you need, but keep moving forward. You are needed. If nobody else said this to you, what you're doing is needed. Your organization, your nonprofit, your for-profit, it is needed, people. Do not be discouraged. What you're doing is important. It is needed in this community, especially now. Especially now. People need you. All right. So keep moving forward. I'm in Ohio. Thank you so much. My name is Linda Peavy. Be well. Have a blessed and a safe, oh my gosh, people be safe. These are unsafe streets. Be safe and be blessed. And hopefully I will see you very, very soon. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.